Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you perspective from a few different chart analysts in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam, including one who absolutely flipped, completely changed his perspective about XRP, thought it was absolute crap, and now is predicting XRP to double-digit price action, $10 plus. You'll love to see it. And isn't it funny? And this is what I said would happen. There would be so many people who were letting their bias seep into their analysis, their chart analysis of XRP, or just how they feel about it in general, even if they're not an analyst. And then what would happen once the price started going up? People would come around and start to say, "Oh, it makes sense, and I love it, and it's the darling of this market cycle." Nobody wanted XRP when it was about 30 cents, 40 cents, and 49 cents right before the election in November. But now everybody wants it, and all sorts of people have changed their tune, and it's hilarious to me. And I want to highlight some of that. And I say, look, welcome to the community, but I just want you to be aware of this so that, you shouldn't fall into the groupthink here. You just got to think for yourself. But I think some of these people, they just fell victim to some of the stupid narratives. Enough people say a stupid thing, and if that's what you keep seeing because you're in an echo chamber, eventually even you might believe it. Of course, these people were wrong. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Here's a new headline from the Crypto Basic. More upsides, ? Which is why my voice goes up like this and higher and higher. XRP records highest ever monthly close. And I just thought I'd mention that. I mentioned it yesterday. I mentioned it in my very last video. It's worth repeating. XRP, I understand the market's been down today, at least at the time I'm recording this. But XRP is showing tremendous strength, and it's down fine, but with the rest of the market. Not exactly scary so far as I'm concerned. It just had its highest monthly close in history, and there are no top indicators that we saw from previous market cycles. The party is not over, if history is going to continue rhyming with itself. So I just thought I'd highlight it. And by the way, Bitcoin, it also had its all-time high monthly close over $100,000. Never happened before. Love to see it. All right, so here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Beast with 580,500 followers on X. And welcome to the community, Crypto Beast. Here's a post from him just this morning. He said, "The XRP pump to $10 will melt faces. I used to be an XRP hater. Now I love it." Well, again, welcome to the community. Happy to have you here. This is what I predicted would happen just across the board. It's not just him. People don't like it. They don't want it when the price is low. Sentiment's in the gutter. And then when the number go up, people start to come. Isn't it funny how that works? And it's so interesting because the fundamentals, they've been strong and getting stronger for the whole time XRP's existed. Quite literally, even throughout the SEC lawsuit. Yeah, that was a scarier time, and it was, less certainty than now. But in terms of actual adoption and utility, because price is separate, the adoption and utility, it was still increasing. I reported on it for years throughout that entire SEC debacle. And so here are a couple examples of posts before. So this is a December 18th, 2024 post from Crypto Beast. And so he had come around by then. He said, "I used to think XRP above $2 was impossible. Well, here we are." And it's interesting. What is the, again, it's not to make fun of them, but like this is the type of thing that people would spout all the time. XRP's never even going above $1. How many times did we see that over the last several years? There are tons of people said that. Based on what logic, though? Strong fundamentals mean price never goes up even during bull markets? How does that never computed to me? And now, of course, I'm thankful to be proven to be on the right side of history, and I don't pretend to know how high this is going to go, but we already won. Like the big question, this is the big one. Would XRP ever hit a new all-time high? We now know the answer was yes. I waited 7 years to find out, and now I know that's it. So even if we had a black swan event and everything just fell apart from here, we were still right. And then fine, we'd have to wait for another cycle, which I don't think is the most probable thing. I'm just saying, either way, the fundamentals are strong and it doesn't matter. So it's nice to see that he came around. But look at this. There was this post from October 24th, right before the election. So this is a good, 11, 12 days before XRP, after the election started moving up. There's a post from Watcher Guru. Just in, Ripple XRP CEO says U.S. will be more pro-crypto after this election, no matter who wins. Yeah, well, I've never believed that. I said, if Harris were to win, that it'd just be status quo, more of the same type of crap of them attacking crypto, having to fight it in the courts. I still believe there was going to be a bull run regardless. I just think that to whatever degree some quantity of less money would flow in, because there would be some trepidation about investing in U.S. markets, which is the largest capital market in the world. So that would obviously have a very major impact, but there would still be a bull run. I mean, it's based on global liquidity anyway. And so there's that. And then I always said, look, obviously, if Trump wins, if the market views that as favorable, as it clearly has, well, then you get more money flowing in, and perhaps faster than it otherwise would have occurred. And that's what's come to pass. But Crypto Beast at the time had not flipped his opinion. And here you can see October 24th last year. He wrote, maybe because XRP CEO gave away millions to Kamala, with 3 laughy emojis. Now, of course, that's literally not true. There is no CEO of XRP. There is no such thing. So he probably meant Ripple. And that's also not true. Brad Garlinghouse did not do that. Now, maybe he's thinking of Chris Larson, who was a co-founder of Ripple. He donated to Kamala, but then there's also other people in the C-suite at Ripple, like Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderati, who gave hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of XRP to Trump, actually, to support Trump. And so you get it on both sides. You have a big company with people on both sides of the political aisle, which is the case with Ripple, obviously. Well, then they're going to donate where they think it makes sense. It wasn't Ripple, the company, doing it. But that's the type of fun and narrative that you get from people who don't hate it. They'll just say whatever it is that makes XRP and Ripple sound worse. That's what they do. That's what humans do. They don't like it, so they'll say it, even if it's not completely intellectually honest. And maybe he just misunderstood, but that is generally how people behave. And so eGreg Crypto responded to this, and he said, when you seize opportunities and follow where the money is going, you can succeed. Remember, you're not a tree, you can move. Welcome to all the new Bitcoin people joining the XRP community. Crypto Beast is leading the way for new traders. So look, again, welcome to him. Happy to have you here. Hopefully, don't go back to the FUD stuff. And if your sentiment is purely based on price, just understand that the XRP bubble is going to inflate just like every other bubble in the space. It's going to pop and the price will go down after it peaks at some point. Now, I do think we go way higher first. So hopefully your sentiment doesn't go back to what it was when the price was lower, because that would be silly. Here's a post in response to this from chart analyst Bobby A. Now, mind you, eGreg Crypto and Bobby A, they both accurately called the breakout of XRP to the upside this market cycle. And so Bobby A quoted him as saying, Crypto Beast is saying, now I love it. And he did say that. It's on your screen. And Bobby A said, rising prices have a funny way of doing that. Much more to come. Market psychology never fails. If you know, you know. Exactly. That is indeed the case. XRP's bad and it's stupid and you want to make fun of it when it's 49 cents right before the election. But then when the number go up, now it makes sense. When all along the fundamentals just got stronger. Here's another example. Here's a headline from last night. Analyst predicts month for XRP massive gains, says XRP has the most bullish monthly chart. Well, okay, I see that from tons of analysts now. And they're talking about a chart analyst I wasn't familiar with named Rafaela Rigo. Not sure how to say the name, but 151,300 followers. So that's pretty notable following. That doesn't just happen for nothing. So credit where it's due. But what did this chart analyst have to say about XRP in recent years? So I was curious. I checked it out. Because people flip. They just do. And I think it's funny. So here's a post from June 18th, 2022. This analyst, Rafaela? Is it Rafaela? Rafaela? Maybe one of those? I don't know, dude. Okay, anyway, so this chart analyst said, a matter of time until XRP is back at 18 cents. Now, that was June 18th, 2022. Now, XRP actually bottomed for the market cycle at 28 cents, so that was disastrously wrong. She thought that XRP was going to drop. Basically, the price was going to cut in half from when she posted that. I'd have to go back to the chart to see exactly what it was at that moment, but it was probably 30 to 35, maybe upwards, maybe close to 40 cents. It would have been around there, okay? And then she's basically saying, yeah, XRP is just a matter of time. The price is going to be cut in half. That obviously did not happen. Markets always find bottoms. And then after that June 2022 bottom, XRP just kept finding its way up. It was trending upwards. Even before we saw the breakout in November, we could see that it was trending upwards for 2 freaking years after that. Literally, you could see it. And I pointed that out for 2 years, and still people saying that it's just not going to go, and the rest of the market's outperforming. Like, yeah, the rest of the market was outperforming until suddenly it wasn't. Exactly. Which is why I always say, either you have exposure when an asset goes, or you do not. And since you cannot know for sure when it's going to happen, maybe it just makes a bit of sense to hold. You buy stuff and you hold, and you don't worry about timing markets. You don't worry about investments going down in the short term. It just doesn't matter. Here's another post from this chart analyst, April 29th, 2024. Now, mind you, at this point, April of last year, I was highlighting tons of chart analysts, and they were all proven to be correct. They said, hey, XRP is just in the symmetrical triangle. At that point, it had been over 6 years. They're like, hey, this thing, it's going to get to close to the apex, and it's going to burst to the upside. We're in a bull market. In a nutshell, that's what tons of analysts were saying. To have that many agreeing on that concept was super rare. I noticed it. I highlighted it on this channel as a result of that. But you still could back then find analysts who just didn't see that for some reason, even though like it's on the screen. Like you can see, look at this. Look at how high this is and where the bottom is down here. You can draw trend lines, but this analyst just couldn't see it. And so here's what she wrote on April 29th of last year, 2024. XRP, one of the most bearish higher time frame charts. So that just means higher time frame, just means big picture. It is likely to drop another 40 to 70% from current prices. And folks, I'll just pause and note, that didn't happen. Looks like when she posted this, it was like 51 cents. Okay, that did not happen. Anyway, she says, and if this drop does not increase that volume, for it to start an upside within the next 3 to 4 months, then it won't happen this year. Okay, that was also very, very wrong. Because it took more than 4 months, but obviously XRP became one of the very best performers after the election. That was a major catalyst. And then she says, investors to make note so their invested money could be rotated to another token that is likely to give better return on investment until XRP decides if it will dry or come to life. See, that's just like the worst advice you could give somebody. It's like, here, tinker with your position. See if you know better than the rest of the market participants out there. Risk everything, and there's opportunity for life-changing wealth in here, but see if you can just time stuff. Tinker with it. That's the worst freaking advice you could give somebody investing in the stock market or in crypto. You just buy stuff and you wait. So he says, investors to make note so that your invested money, it could be rotated to another token to get better return on investment. How'd that work out for the people that listened to this individual and rotated it? Not very well, right? And then there was this, and this is from July 13th of 2024. XRP top price prediction for the cycle is $1.35. Dips are for buying. That's right, folks. $1.35 was going to be the cycle top as of July 13th, 2024. And what was the price around then? Let's see what it was. Let's go on the 12-month chart here. July 13th, I don't remember exactly. Let's get a rough idea of where it was July 13th. So that would have been about, here we go, 53 cents. Okay, so it's 53 cents, and this analyst was saying the peak was going to be $1.35. So not only were the fundamentals stronger, there's no legal clarity, or there is legal clarity now for XRP, which we didn't have last cycle, and more people than ever are flowing into crypto and investing in it. Despite all of those things, this analyst said that it was going to have a lower high than the cycle before that. No, that was obviously terrible. $1.35. Now, of course, after it rips to the upside and hits a new all-time high, the analyst changes her mind. Here you go, XRP. This is January 29th, just 3 days ago. XRP has the most bullish monthly chart of them all. February promises massive upside for the one called stablecoin. Still kind of mock it a little bit. Call it the one called stablecoin. Yeah, the idiots called it a stablecoin. It was volatile the whole time. They still called it a stablecoin. They thought it was funny. So there you go. Analysts flipped. Completely wrong. Couldn't see what was obvious to tons, literally dozens of analysts I highlighted throughout 2024. The analysts missed it. And then here you go. Now just going with the pack. Whatever the pack says. There you go. Oh, it's just incredible stuff here. And then there was this headline. I'll highlight this briefly. I talked about it the other day, but since we're on the subject, Peter Brandt says no other way to describe XRP chart other than a bull flag sets $4.40 target. So this is an analyst who's actually good at charting, and he has 775,000 followers for a reason. He's good. But he's gotten every major call for XRP wrong for close to a decade. Finally, after he got the most recent call wrong in November, because it did go up, now he's flipped bullish for the first time during a moment when it matters. And he says XRP is going to go up, another new all-time high. He says that this right here on your screen is a bull flag. Tons of analysts, also say it's a bull flag, including the blockchain backer. Tons of analysts agree, and that this will ultimately go higher. But all these people just disastrously wrong, and here they flip. It is just fascinating to see. It's a lesson. Just don't fall for the groupthink. Think for yourself. And if there's fundamentals that are strong, price ultimately catches up. And here we are. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.